No. Whether you're skinny or whether you're jacked, muscle does not equal girls. But if that's the case, then how, as soon as I started building muscle, did I get my first girlfriend? When I went to Spain, there were 2 Dutch girls who just came over to me and started speaking to me. When I was in New York, for the first time, this girl right here, actually made proper eye contact with me, and I was like, whoa, right? Because it had never happened before, and it was as soon as I started building muscle. And by the way, I have a full module breaking down eye contact in one of the bonus courses within my program. So if you want access to that, then that is the first link in the description. This is because muscle does not equal girls. Confidence equals girls. Like, you've probably seen like some people with like bad physique, for some reason they just got like loads of girls around them all the time. You know, like that fat bloke in your school, that fat lad in your school. For some reason he's just around all the girls and they're all like laughing and joking around him and stuff. And it's because confidence equals girls, not muscle. You see, I always thought of myself as this like 1.0 version of myself, right? So I was like this little video game kid who was just like dead skinny, never really got involved with anything. I was a little bit, timid. I didn't want to like step out of line or do anything wrong or whatever. And that was the 1.0 version of myself. That's what I believed I was. And then as soon as I started building muscle, then I'd upgraded a little bit. I became the 1.5 version of myself, if you will, right? And I started gaining a little bit confidence in my appearance, not necessarily in how I acted, my confidence when I was speaking to people. Like, I couldn't just go and speak to people in the street or whatever, right? But I had physical confidence. Like, I could take my shirt off at the beach and feel like really proud or whatever, right? And that's because I started building muscle, and it opened the door to confidence. That is the point of muscle. It opens the door to confidence. And now I am the 2.0 version of myself or whatever. Now I see myself as this jack guy who's been working out for years. I am eating unbelievably healthy, like no cereals, no added sugars, no starchy carbs, nothing, right? I'm just eating meat, eggs, fruit, and raw dairy. And also, I have started making money online, first link in the description, right? So I see myself as this 2.0 version. Whether or not I had actually made this progress or not, if I believed I was this version of myself back then, back when I was in high school, perhaps I was in like year 9, I just started the gym. If I believed that I had already built the muscle, I had already made money online, I was already eating perfectly, well, I could still improve, but very well, then do you think I would have had more confidence? If I could go up to a girl believing that I was this 2.0 version of myself, regardless of whether I was or I was at this 1.0 stage, if I really believed that I was at this point, I would have been able to talk to her. You see, because back then, as I saw myself as this little insecure kid who talked to no girls, of course I wasn't going to talk to more girls, right? But now I see myself as this guy who has actually done all of this, right? And I can talk to girls. I know that it sounds so like autistic, like you've got to talk to girls, but I know that I can do it, right? Like, it's not that hard. It's not as hard as people say it is. So as I believe I can do it, I can do it. But say, for example, I got into a rut for a day. Perhaps I ate some bad food, like I didn't upload a video, for example, or I didn't even go to the gym, right? Say I had a really bad, unproductive day. I would see myself as this 1.0 version of myself. Perhaps I'd start playing video games again, or I'd like scroll on social media and just watch some like stupid TikTok or whatever, re-download TikTok and watch it and just sit on my bed scrolling. I would see myself as that 1.0 version. So if I went out into like the real world and went to talk to a girl, I wouldn't have the confidence because I believed I was at this point, even though I am actually this person. I have made money online. I do eat really well. I am jacked, right? That's just like a blatant truth. That's not even arrogance. That's just truth. I have achieved these things. But I would believe that I hadn't. Just because of my mindset, right? So what I would say to you, regardless of where you are in your journey, whether you're the 1.0 version, 2.0 version, maybe 3.0 version, act like it now. Act like the best version that you can think of yourself right now. Don't wait until you achieve it. Believe you are it right now, and you will achieve it anyway. I always tried my best to believe that I was at this point, and now I am. if you believe in something, if you truly, truly almost delude yourself into thinking that you're just this ultimate confident guy and you can just go out and talk to girls, then you can. Confidence is a choice. You could choose right now to be the most confident guy at your school. You could. You could walk into school or like the gym, for example, and start like dabbing up every guy and say, hey miss, how you doing? How's your day been so far? Good, yeah, nice. You know, like you could have this energy about you and it's up to you to decide whether you have it or not. And it's very hard. I know how hard it is. Sometimes I struggle with it when I have like bad days, for example. But if you can tap into this extra energy, which we all have, you have it, I have it, everybody has it. If you could tap into it and just be confident, it sounds so easy. It's so simple. It's not easy, but it is simple. Just be more confident. You can choose. You can choose whether to feel sad. You can choose whether to feel happy. We are in complete control of our emotions. So choose the right one. So your actionable step is to write down what the perfect version of you might look like. So when you speak to that girl you have a crush on in class, or when you just speak to like a random girl, or even just like a random guy, one of your mates, whatever, speak to them like you are already jacked. What persona would someone who is jacked give off? Would they be all like closed off in the body language and like barely make eye contact or whatever? Or would they just stand there firm with like the chest a little bit puffed out? Obviously you don't want to like walk around like this with your lats spread out, but you know, just use common sense, right? And if you want to act like you're confident, then maybe first thing you do, you don't wait for them to speak to you. You speak to them. You go over to them and say, "Oh, how are you doing?" You know, give them a dab up if they're one of your mates, right? And when I made a sale yesterday online, what kind of confidence, what kind of aura do you think I had about me? Do you think I was in my job at the time and I got like the notification on my phone? It was like, you know, do you think I was just like sort of sulking about, walking about thinking, oh yeah, that girl doesn't want to talk to me, or oh yeah, I hope someone doesn't come and ask me for a question because I won't really know what to answer. No, I was certain about myself. When like this lady came over and asked me where like the eggs were or something, I went, oh, just down here, just on the left. Yeah, just over there. Can you see him? Can you see him? Do you want me to take you to the? Yeah, I can see him. Oh, awesome, right? And I had this like oomph about me, because I was this person that I wanted to believe I was, and then when I actually saw the statistical results that I had achieved that, then I was like, oh yeah, I am that guy, right? It sounds so cringe, but it's true. You can choose whether to feel good or not. You can choose whether to be confident or not. And if you input this confident, if you become this confident guy, then speaking to girls, speaking to guys, doing anything is so much easier. You probably had one of those days where you're just like ultra confident for some reason, right? I don't know why it happens. Sometimes you just get like ultra confident days where you're just like laughing and joking with everyone. And you know that there's just so much better days. And it's like obvious, of course. But even though confidence is a choice, if you actually have the things to back up your confidence, then you're just going to be, it's just like an upward spiral, right? When I'm on holiday and just like take my top off, right? And I look like that, then it's like, it's just easy. Right? When you make the progress, then it's easier for you to be confident, because it takes a lot more to pretend to be confident than to actually be it, right? So while muscle does not equal girls in and of itself, once you've built the muscle, you believe you're this 2.0 version of yourself and you are confident. So you believe you're confident. And the belief in the confidence is what attracts girls. And as I said before, you will get advanced elite education within this program. I have courses on literally everything I could think of. Literally how to quit video games so you can focus more on getting stronger, getting muscle, getting lean. This is the #1 program for people like you who want to build muscle whilst in high school. There is no better place to learn from, not even from YouTube. I haven't found anyone else on YouTube who talks about this kind of stuff. Like literally in the tutorial section, I tell you what to wear to the gym, what to put in your gym bag. Like I go into such intense detail, so you're not sitting there just thinking like, yeah, but what about that, or what about this? Everything you could possibly need is in here, and of course you get direct one-on-one access to me. Like for example, one of my members is on the carnivore diet, which basically means he only eats meat, and he was just wondering to gain weight, should he add raw milk or fruit just for the extra calories, and I gave him a breakdown of what I eat in a day and how calories do not actually apply to how humans digest food, and I gave him some extra personal advice so that he could make the most amount of progress possible. So if you want direct one-on-one access to me and also access to all of these courses, then that is the first link in the description. I promise it will change your life. I will see you over there. Good night.